Hey there, this is Christy with Go See Christy Beauty Boutique, and today we are talking about what is the best ingredients that you need to look for in cleansers, especially if you have oily skin or acneic skin types. So this year was the 6th year that I have won Inland's Empire Best Place to Get a Facial and Waxing, and so this video is the result of many clients asking me the same questions over and over, as well as now we are starting to get some questions in the YouTube channel. Wait! Here's the disclaimer. This video, along with all my other videos, is not to be used to treat, diagnose, or give medical advice. This video, along with my other videos, is solely for the purpose of education and information only. Okay, back to our regular programming. First, results vary on different types of skin, and that is because everyone's skin is a little bit different. The pH is slightly different, the amount of oil that's produced is different, as well as sensitivities and the physiological age of your skin. So what I mean by physiological age is just because you are a certain age, so let's say you're 35, but you've been laying out in the sun since you were a little kid with no sunscreen, you smoke, and you don't take care of yourself. Your skin may appear to be 10 years older, but so it's physiologically maybe it's 45, 50 years old, but your actual age is 35. So all of those things are taken into consideration. Now, some of these products may not be right for your skin. And again, there's a whole lot of other variations. But these are all based on overall best results on a different array of skin types based on the thousands of clients that I have treated. And so these are some things that you can look for. And if you look down into our bio, we'll put some links on there for cleansers that you can look into to see which one is best for you. Here are some of the things that you need to look for best cleansers to control oily skin as well as acneic skin types. So the first one is the pH of the cleanser. We don't want to use anything that strips your skin of its acid mantle, because when it does that, then your skin can overproduce oil to compensate for not having your acid mantle intact. 2 is that you want something that controls the acne-causing bacteria. So you want something that lowers the pH, keeping your skin slightly acidic, which is the acid mantle. And these are things that are things that kill the bacteria, such as salicylic acid, Glycolic Acid, Benzoyl Peroxide, and we'll mention those others a little bit further into the video. The other ones are that contain ingredients that help lighten acne scars or post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation caused by acne. Other ingredients is to help increase the skin cell turnover rate, and so therefore it decreases the amount of clogged pores and breakouts that you have. And one of the other benefits, finally, is even though this can kill the acne-causing bacteria, you want something that is going to decrease the redness and inflammation that's caused by acne. Wait, did you hear that? That's a notification bell. Please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. I'll wait. Okay, we're back. So here are some of the ingredients that you want to look for. Now, when you're looking at an ingredients list, like I mentioned in my other videos, you want to look for it to be on the top third of the ingredients list. When it's towards the middle or obviously towards the back, then it's not going to have a high concentration of it. Now, if you have sensitive skin, that may be okay, but for those of you who are really trying to fight acne, then you want it on the top part of the ingredients list. So here are some of them: Glycolic acid, salicylic acid, lactic acid, tea tree oil, benzoyl peroxide, and sulfur. Now the first three really help increase skin cell turnover rate. So if you have a lot of clogged pores, whiteheads, blackheads, so it makes the skin have a smoother surface. Tea tree oil is a natural antimicrobial, so it helps bring down the acne-causing bacteria. Benzoyl peroxide does the same thing. Benzoyl peroxide and sulfur also have drying agents to dry out the breakouts. Okay, and hang on until the end when I tell you about how you can counteract the dryness that acne cleansers sometimes can bring on. So wait till the end, okay? Now, if you still have acne and acne bumps, here are some things that you can use in addition to treating the acne, but you have some of those acne scars, otherwise known as post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So the first one is glycolic acid. It not only smooths out your skin, but it increases your skin cell turnover rate, so it sheds the skin really fast. So the areas that have the acne scars or areas that are darker, that helps lighten it by shedding off the dead skin. So glycolic acid is the first one. The second one is phytic acid. That's derived from rice, which is a natural lightener and brightener. Another one is a plant-based, it's called arbutin, and that's a natural lightener and brightener. And the last two is licorice root extract and kojic acid. These are also natural lighteners and brighteners. Now, you're probably not going to find a cleanser that has all of those in there, but if you can find at least two of them in there, you know that once you layer it with other serums and lotions that contain those lighteners and brighteners, it has what's called a multi-layering effect, because as the ingredients get absorbed into each layer of the skin, it's diluted and it doesn't have as much to go into the next layer and the next layer after that. So the more that you can multi-layer these natural lighteners and brighteners, the more effective it is in lightening hyperpigmentation. Oh, see that eye up there? If you guys have acne scars and you want to lighten them and you want more information on how to lighten acne scars, then click on that little eye icon and it'll take you to our video that talks specifically about how to lighten acne scars. Now, finally, we're going to talk about ingredients that helps reduce the inflammation and redness. So here are some ingredients that you can look for in your cleansers as well as your moisturizers and serums, but today we're talking about cleansers that can help reduce the redness and inflammation. So the first one is arnica. Second one is beta-glucan. The next one is calendula, and the last one is chamomile. Now there's a whole array of anti-inflammatories, but these are least likely to break you out. So that's what's different about these anti-inflammatories. So now we've talked about some of these ingredients. Now the dark side of a lot of acne products is they can now over dry the skin. And for some people, what they experience is dry, flaking, scaliness, peeling skin, or they overproduce oil. They produce too much oil, and so now they're causing more breakouts. So it's this incessant cycle of dry skin, oily skin, dry skin, oily skin. So here are some things to combat or counteract the drying effects of acne cleansers and acne products. This is a condition called TEWL, or transepidermal water loss, and that is when the skin loses its ability to hold in that moisture. It is being dried out. The skin cell turnover rate is so fast that the skin can't hold on to its moisture long enough. So what you need to do is you need to help your skin by increasing the hydration in your skin so that your skin doesn't produce as much oil, and it doesn't produce as much breakouts, which is the cause of overproduction of oil. So here are some things that you can do. So a lot of the acne cleansers tend to have different types of sulfates, and that's to break down the extra oil that is on your face, and that could be drying. So what you want to look for in a balancing gel cleanser is when they have foaming agents such as soapwort or cocoa glucoside, which is a coconut-based surfactant. So it gently foams, that people like the foam, without stripping its acid mantle. And again, you can click below and I will put some links in there of some different good examples of cleansers that I myself have treated my clients with, all different types of cleansers, and they worked best as far as an overall population. So I have been receiving quite a bit of requests to actually name certain products to give you an idea, and I will be including that in the list below. Now, this is by no means an exhaustive list of everything that I've tried, and as I find more and experiment on my clients, I will add them, but for now, I'll give you a short starter of what you can use. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.